Hello, I'm Lady Q, and welcome to Food for Your Soul. And so today we are interviewing Tim, Bushman #1, here at 3 Mass, which is located at 1023 West Colonial Drive. And so we're going to talk about Tim the artist, right? So first, Tim, tell us where you're from.
From Nigeria, born in London, but raised in Nigeria. I think not too many people know that, but I was born in London, and a year after I was born, I was taken to Nigeria. So I spent 20 years of my life in Nigeria before going back to London and then finally coming to America.
Oh, okay. So what made you come to America?
My trip to America was by way of my ex-wife. She's an American, and obviously, fell in love, got married, and she felt like she wanted to. We met in London, actually, so she felt like she wants to go back to America, and then we ended up in America.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
So you was born in London, went to Nigeria, went back to London,
and from London to America. Yes.
That's pretty cool. Yes. So let me ask you this: what has, when it comes to your art, what inspired you to become an artist?
So many things. I think growing up from Nigeria, I've always been one of those people that just doodle. I just, I pass the time by just having to just scribble over and over again on papers. I enjoy it. I love it so much.
Oh, wow.
And so art has been my first love as to what I would like to do when I grow up. So having to have the opportunity to do it, it's amazing. And I think that has evolved into having to tell stories from home.
Okay.
I mean, most of my subject matter is usually women.
Right.
And not only is it women, but it's also my way of showing how happy and grateful I am. Right. Which is in everything there is.
Of course, because you're always excited. You're all like, every time I see you, like, you're always happy. Yeah. So that's I mean, everybody's not always like that.
Everybody's not always like that, and I mean, it's not like I wake up and I'm giddy, but I see it in myself that I have so blessed with so much that I have no choice but to be giddy all the time. Even when anything makes me feel down, I still overcome whatever it is because of the fact that I am so grateful for what my blessings have been.
And I can see that, like, when I come here, like, for instance, when I came the other day, Tim does art talk every last Saturday of the month here. Yes. And so I was here on Saturday. It was the first time I came to art talk. And so my husband, he shared with me, when I walked through the door, you were dancing. Yes. And then I started dancing with you. He said that to him was like everything, to see that type of greeting between you and I. Like, he said he thoroughly enjoyed it. But for me personally, every time I see you, like, you're always on this high. You have like this great energy. Yes. So like, even when you dancing and I come in and I see you dancing, it's like this vibe that I have with you. But even if I'm not like in the greatest mood, like, you bring my energy up when I come through the door.
That's nice. Then my work is done.
Yes, I mean, I think you make a great impact with everybody that comes through the door.
I do. And like I said, it's just natural for me to be like that. Right. It's almost boosting myself up while might transfer onto you. But then again, it's just a natural self.
I think
just coming out. Which is a great thing. It's an amazing thing.
It is. What I mean? It really is.
And for that, I am so grateful.
That's amazing. Yes, so you said that, like, your paintings, you like tell a story, and since we're sitting in front of
stories, and like I was saying,
tell us about this one right here. Tell us what you were doing in this one.
This one, which obviously pretty much spells who I am as well. Again, it's just a celebration time. You can just see that they're just having fun, right? And if you don't know my style, you would not be able to tell that these are women just dancing. So we say 4 women,
right.
One dressed in red, the other in yellow, green, and purple, and they were just dancing. And like I said again, it goes to show what my feelings are.
Right.
My state of mind. My state of mind is happiness, and obviously that's what I create on my paintings.
Okay.
So it seems to me that artists seems to recreate their mood.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And my mood, because like I said again, I don't know.
You're always happy. You're always dancing.
So, and who better to show the affection of happiness? Right. Between a man and a woman. Right. It's mostly women, because for a woman, when they're sad, you could tell. When they're happy, you could tell. Right. So by so doing, boom, can bring it out. Right. So I wanted to for you to point out something, because you have shown me different techniques that you use in your painting. Okay. So tell me the type of technique or medium you used in this painting. On this particular painting. Yeah, this one particular. This particular painting is acrylic. Okay. All right. And my style, which I'm beginning to understand, the world is probably understanding now that this is my style, which is just the head, and then the outfit, which is more like the way the curve goes. Right. That's supposed to be a typical African outfit. Right. So that's what she's wearing, that red lady, and this is her legs and her body right here. All right, and that's her head just around top over there. So this is acrylic, and with this one, you can see so much. If you look, you see so much texture and layers. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got some glue in this, and I got some. So it's mixed media, and I got it, the acrylic, and I use lines and papers to just, sticks to just draw different lines on it. And to me, and I do say this when I do the art class, that the more you mess it up, the better it gets. So just flow. You said the more you mess it up. The more you mess it up, the better it gets. So it gives it texture. It gives it texture. That is me bringing about texture to this. So you could actually see lines. Right. And those lines that you see are created out of glue. So the glue was placed down. Yeah, dry. So you use just regular? I use regular glue. Okay. Then again, I'm having fun doing it. Exactly. So you can use whatever you want to. There you go. And mess it up. Which explains why I'm Bushman. I didn't sign this one. Which explains why I'm Bushman #1 anyway. So where did you get the name Bushman from? It's a funny story, because Bushman as the name. When I opened up my store, all right, many years ago, and then I wanted to start having not only artifacts, but I want to have paintings in the store as well too. Right. So for the need of having paintings, I'd sent to I'd asked my late sister that she should get me some paintings. She should go to the universities in Nigeria and get me the best paintings from there, because I want to put them on the wall. Right. So when these paintings came, it looked like something that I would have done myself. Okay. All right. Okay. So you wasn't selling your art? I wasn't selling my art. I had my art done, but I kept them all right, because I thought they weren't good enough. So I wanted her to buy me paintings of artists from home, and I'll be able to sell their art. When she sent them to me, and it was supposedly from the best arts, they look more like something I would have done. I said, wow. So this is what is called great art. Then I can do the same thing. Right. So now what I did also is go to art festivals or art shows here. Right. And that helps as well too, because I'm looking at some of the work out there too. It's getting to assimilate better on me that my art is as good as the other ones that I'm seeing. Right. So definitely I said, okay, I need to start selling my own art. And I started, before I was putting my name on it. Now I said, I'm going to put Bushman #1 on it. All right. Growing up back in Nigeria, when you do anything crazy, they will ask you, they'll say, are you a Bushman? Bushman compared to a city man. Bushmen are allowed to do crazy stuff because they're Bushmen. They don't know any better. Right. The city man can do it better. So I said, you know what? I think I would just call myself Bushman number 1.
Wow.
Which means if anybody comes to me and asks me, how come your painting is, the arm is over here, the head is over here? Say,
because you can.
I'm a Bushman.
Because you're a Bushman. I never knew that. Oh, my goodness.
That was what gave birth to it. And that's why it's Bushman number 1. Number 1 Bushman. You can't abuse me any better because I have already, taken the top spot.
Right. You're number 1 in it, right?
I am number.
That's amazing. Like, wow, that is I never had no idea that's why.
That's why.
You're called Bushman.
That's why I
number 1.
Bushman
right?
Number one.
Right. So, if you was to explain your art overall in words, like if you had to give like a description to somebody that never saw your art.
Yeah.
How would you explain it? What would you say?
I would say telling stories from home by way of abstracts.
Uh-huh.
There's some abstract which when you tell people what you've drawn or painted, they couldn't tell. But this one, when I tell people and I'm able to do a good description of it, they can actually see it. It pops out at them and they go, whoa, and I can see it.
Right.
So it's abstract and it's storytelling from the continent because I am telling stories. I am from home.
Right.
These pieces that you see can be pitched to any African countries because you got the dancing scene, you got the African marketplace and things like that. So, yeah.
I like it. And I like the fact that your art is very colorful. It's bright, it's colorful, it's fun, it's vivid.
And that's the funniest thing. I use so much colors, I don't even know I'm using that many colors.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
So you're just using colors?
I use colors. I mean, it's just so funny. I go with the flow.
Right.
Just go with the flow, just having fun.
So whatever your vibe is, whatever you feel. So let me ask you, do you listen to a particular type of music? Because I know some artists listen to a certain type of music.
Yes. I think for me, jazz music will be appropriate. Sometimes I am not listening to it when I am at Disney. All right. I do have a residency at Disney. Okay. And I remember having to they built a stage for me to do my artwork. This is at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. They built a stage for me. So going at first when I was approached to go, I was thinking, how would I be able to do my painting there with so much noise and people going back and forth?
Right.
But I realized that I was able to adapt. All right.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And the same thing with music as well too. With music being playing, I believe that jazz would be appropriate with what I do. Right. Because of the fact that, you're just flowing with the, you know what I mean? Like with the music. Like I said before, the more you mess it up, the better it gets. So you're just messing it up and then you just, something like that. Right.
That's actually pretty cool. So you mentioned your art is at Disney.
Yes, it is.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Like how did it get there? Though?
How did it get to Disney? I think by way of my store.
Okay.
The original idea of opening up the store, or my store, was for me now to sell artifacts from home.
Okay.
Carvings from home.
Right.
All right. Now, remember I told you now, I'm self-taught artist.
Right.
So self-taught artist, my idea was, all right, I would just enjoy painting.
Right.
While I wait for the customers to come. All right. So all of his masks and statues will be behind me. You will walk into the store. This is my dreams. All right. You walk into the store and you go, oh, you know what? I like that mask over there. So I'll leave my painting, get you the mask, you pay for it, and afterwards I'll get back to that because I really enjoy doing this.
Right.
Not knowing this was going to be a meal ticket for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So having the store, and then Disney came calling and they said, we would like to feature you at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. This was even before it was built.
Oh, but wow.
I was, so you just never know.
That's interesting.
And I think one of the most interesting thing about that story is the fact that you need to be able to save your pieces instead of giving them away.
So you used to give your stuff away? Is that what you're saying?
Artists are the most, what's it called? The most giving people I know.
Yeah.
When you do a painting or you do something and someone came and they say, whoa, I love that. You say, whoa, you like it? you can have it.
Exactly.
You know.
I know what you mean, because although I paint, sometimes, you know, I've had people tell me, oh, you're pricing yourself too low. And I'm just like, okay, but I just want to I don't care about the money. Like, I care about the fact that this person appreciates my art.
My work. Yes.
So it's okay. Yes. So I'm just going to give it away. So it's something that I've had to learn over the years.
but the story from that now is the fact that when they came and then they wanted to see my body of work.
Right.
If I had given them all away, there wouldn't be anything for me to show.
Right.
So we have to stop being the world's best givers.
The world's best givers. Well, you know, I think that's kind of hard to do, though.
It can be.
It's something you have to learn, in essence, to do, because again, like you said, if you give it all away, then you have nothing to show.
You have nothing
anybody.
to show when the time comes, when they say, "Hey, can I see?" You know. So we have to really learn to be able to preserve some of the things we've done. Appreciate yourself so you can preserve what you've done.
Of course. So I know you paint.
Yes.
What else do you do?
Whoa.
As far as create, what else does Tim Bushman number one do?
I think Bushman number one does jewelry as well too.
Yes.
I do jewelry pieces. Actually, this one that I'm putting on, that I have on right now, I was able to put it together.
So you did that one?
I did that one.
Okay.
And I do bracelets as well too. And the funny story that it's born out of me making jewelry is the fact that my vendors will come in and sell jewelry to me.
Right.
And when I go to shows, because then I was going to shows I was supposed to have in stores.
Okay.
When I go to shows, I will be set up here and they'll be right in front of me. So it's like the same gentleman. So mind you, he's a wholesaler. I'm a retailer. I'm like, hey, how come you set up in front of me? But hey.
Right.
So I started having to now, add my own touch to my jewelry.
Right.
From having to do that makes it different from theirs. So which means I can price the way it makes me,
the way you desire,
the way I want, and then they can do this as well too.
Okay. Yeah. And you do clay too, right?
I do clay.
Yes.
The clay pieces was awesome. I mean, the clay pieces, this is also me now thinking that I could make pendants, which I did. I was making pendants. And I need to get back to it actually, since we're talking about it now. I was making pendants and then having to add beads to it. And I was selling that. And those clay pendants grew into making larger clay pieces.
Oh wow.
Yes. So that is what came out of having to make jewelry as well too. So something different.
Right.
Still, I don't want to go to
creative.
I don't want to go to the same the same show. And my
vendor
has the same thing that I have. and then customers will come in and play games on us and say, hey man, that guy's got the same thing you got. How come you're selling yours for and he's selling his for?
Yeah. Because in essence yours would be more than the vendor, because you got to make money off of.
He's a wholesaler. I'm a retailer.
So they're getting it cheaper from the vendor, so it makes sense for you to do your own stuff, right?
The wholesaler mentality stays there,
Yeah.
So that's what's going on.
That's amazing. So tell me, how long have you been creating, painting, clay, jewelry? About how long you've been doing it?
As long as I can remember. Like I said, growing up, it's just
you was
doodling, And I think when I actually got to the state was when I knew that I can actually make money from selling my work. I used to, when I first got into the country, into the US, I used to stay in Boston. And there I would literally just do fabric paints on fabric? Sweaters or t-shirts. And then sell them. And then I was doing the same thing in Florida when I moved to Florida as well too. So that gives me that, upliftment that I can sell my art.
So you went from painting on clothes to canvas?
To canvas, you can say that.
No, I think that's amazing, because I do some of the similar things. So I think that's I
pretty much this. I mean, anything you can find your hands on. Right. And like I said, for me, having to create my style of work is more like a puzzle, where you're able to just, Right. It might look like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. My ex-wife used to say that. Says, man, how come you keep doing but
it's not the same thing. It really isn't.
It's not the same. And, and it might look the same, but it's very different.
right. So when you look at,
that's almost like hurry up and wait.
So when you look at life, right, and knowing that you have created things that have connected you to home, but when you look at life overall, how do you connect art to life?
Connect art to life. In so many ways. Remember, I did say again that the art emulates what you're thinking.
Right.
So I depict that on there, and then the idea for anyone looking at the art is to be able to be inspired by what they see.
Right.
You know, take an example. You wake up in the morning right now and you see this piece of people dancing.
Right.
It puts you in that mood.
Of course.
You know, of a happy day.
Yes.
And happy, or even when you walk into your house, maybe after a hard day of work, you come in and you're feeling down. You look at stuff like this, it reminds you that life is joyful, that you should put those worries behind and just be happy. Yeah.
So you want people to see your art and be joyful.
Be joyful
in what they see. No matter what's going on in their day, that when they get a chance to look at what Tim has created, is giving them a piece of happiness in that moment of looking at. I think that's amazing. You know,
the colors bring you joy. The depiction on the paintings give you joy.
Right.
So many different things like that, and that's and it takes you there.
Right.
These are African depict paintings, so it takes you to the continent.
Right.
And what do people know mostly about the continent? That's drumming and dancing. So
yeah. I mean, you know, until we go and get a chance to see, everything. And I can't wait to go when it's my turn to go in 2023. We're going definitely to Nigeria and to Ghana.
This goalpost keeps shifting now.
No. 2023. No, I 2023 for sure. 2023. Yeah, 2023. We
should etch that in stone. So that
of course, we're gonna etch it in stone. We're going to Nigeria and we're going to Ghana, and I want to go through the naming ceremony and all of that, because Tim takes people to Africa. Yeah, the whole 9 yards, the whole shebang.
You got it.
So let me ask you this: what words of advice would you give another artist?
Enjoy what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Have a subject matter about what you do, because sometimes being an artist, they just felt they can draw anything.
Right.
You know, it's good to be known for a particular style and something, but then you're doing almost everything. You know.
Yeah.
So it's good to be there, and also very, very important. It's not to give away all your art, because when the opportunity comes calling.
Right.
And they say, present to us some of the things you've done so we can see how good you are.
Right.
Then you should be able to have something to show. So don't give up all your work.
Well, no, because you don't have nothing, then you just maybe sitting there looking like, okay, so what do you do, right?
No, I mean,
or we've only seen this one piece. What else do you have? And because typically people want to see what else did you have and what else you do and different types of art forms.
And you probably have given those things away before somebody else comes in and say, what else do you have? And I think what happens also is artists usually get the kick out of somebody else saying they love their work.
Right.
Which is a beautiful thing. It'd be great to be paid. I love your work. Here's $1 million for it. Let me have it.
Yes, but
definitely. In the normal world, I love the work,
Right.
Well, can I have it?
Right.
As free? Yeah. Great. Wow.
Because I know for me, when I first started painting and things of that nature, and I'm still trying to grasp it, but when I've looked at my art, I'm like, that's really not that good. I really, and I think a lot of artists deal with that of they paint or whatever they do to create, and they don't think that their art is even worthy to even show. So there's a lot of artists out there that don't even show their art, none of their creation. So what would you say to that person that's struggling with their confidence in showing their art?
Number one, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. All right. You have your walk. You have to develop the love for your walk.
Right.
So once you love your walk, then the chance of you having to abuse it will be very limited.
Right.
All right. So the walk is beautiful. Often when you say you love my work and I'm willing to give it, I'm so happy you said you love it. So I'm giving it to you.
Right.
But I think what should happen is you having to appreciate and love it, which is what I did with some of my work. I mean, I love it so much that, even people offer me so little for it. I said, no, I think I'll keep it, because I'm my own first fan.
Right.
I love it first. But it helps out in the long run because when the calling call came, I have something to show.
Right.
And if that wasn't the case, I would have given it away long before they came.
Right. And I like the fact that you said you're your first fan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you got to love your stuff.
Oh, man.
Right? You got to embrace it. You got to see the beauty in it. Because also at the same time, if you don't love your stuff, then how do you present it to someone else if you really don't have a love for your own art?
That is true, too. And I think for me, when I'm doing it, I'm looking, I'm thinking, whoa, what's the outcome going to be? Whoa, what's it? So, I mean, you know what I mean? And that's the mark of someone that really loves what they do. So
right.
I'm so excited. I want to see what the
outcome is going to be.
I have so many scribbles. All right.
Right.
Because like I said, again, this is like you're doing, you're constructing something.
Right.
So I've all, this is my draft papers. I have them. I have tons of them. It's very difficult for me to actually throw them away.
Right.
And so I become a hoarder. I got all these stock. I'm serious.
But you should maybe frame them. You thought about framing them?
It's so funny you said that because I was a gentleman at Disney that came in and said he would like to buy my scribbles. And I'm thinking, why would he want to buy it?
Because there's art in doodling.
There is so much art in doodling. But it's so difficult.
It's hard to let go of that part. Go,
yes.
Because I think doodling, though, when we doodle, a lot of times it can even be used for meditation or that thinking process, or even if you're dealing with something, it's kind of like a release when you're doodling.
Yes.
So I think doodling is like one of the most personal forms of art. That's why it's so hard to let go.
It's hard to let go, and I'm baffled that he actually wants to buy the... But this man did put a request in for me. Those sketches you make, can I get those from you? I'm thinking, let me think about this. I mean, how do you price?
How do you price
something like that?
Oh my goodness, that's
the question did come, and I have no answer for it. And it's always, like I said again, very difficult for me to actually throw any of my sketches away.
Right.
I just don't know how to. I have a whole lot of them,
and I understand.
And the
I can
idea
relate.
is actually to get back to it,
right,
and look and say, from this pile, let me see what I'm looking to paint.
Right.
But funny enough, I will get a fresh paper and then start doing a new
doodle. So it's completely different.
Completely different.
So it's just added to the pile. Oh my goodness. So as we continue to wrap up, what is it that you want people to remember about you?
I think just a lover of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're definitely that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, live up every day for it. I mean, you can't save the world.
No.
But even if you can save one, that's, and so you never know whom you've reached. It's almost like doing the live stream that we do in here. You do it. You never know. Someone's sitting at home. All they need to do is hear the laughter of Lady Q.
No.
Or see
why does everybody talk about my laugh though?
Or see the dancing of my sister doing it.
Yes.
My Molly doing did you see that one she did?
No.
Oh man, the paint party. We had a paint party not so long ago. She was doing this dancing. So someone is sitting at home and they can just see that, and they can just, their heart can just melt away and say, oh man, this is so. Sometimes you don't know how far we touch people.
This is true.
But if you are conscious of it, then you know you're doing something. Oh, but we don't often think about it.
Right.
But it goes a long way.
I like that, and I agree with that, because you go live stream and there's people even in Africa all over the place watching us, so you don't know who's all watching.
we had a party on Saturday. There was a gentleman there at the party. He now commutes between here and Atlanta for his work. All right. He said he does that every day. He said he was in Atlanta, and then he was telling someone about living in London. He said, "Do you know Bushman #1?"
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Someone I don't even know, all the way in Atlanta. Yes. So they follow, the three mask, whatever is going on in here, because some of them, it might be something they would love to do,
right?
But don't have the opportunity to. So they're living it through you. So we touch so many people in so many different ways that we don't even know.
Right.
Yes.
So tell us, when it comes to Three Masks, what is it that Three Masks has to offer the community? Because you do a lot. You do so much stuff here at Three Masks.
Sharing Africa from within.
Yes, sharing Africa from within. So tell us, what are the type of things that you do here? I know, every Monday I'm here for Poetic Mondays, sharing the gift from within. So whatever gift you have, we come here and share on Monday. So what else does Three Masks has to offer?
We do drum classes in here.
Right.
We have language classes as well. We're teaching Yoruba language, Yoruba and Chui from Ghana. We're teaching that as well. Three Masks does the homecoming trip to Ghana and Nigeria, and that takes place February and October.
Right.
So we're doing the first one to October this time around. Next year we're going to be doing February and October as well too. So two trips in a year.
Okay.
We do the Afrobeat paint, wine, and snack.
Yes, which I've been watching. I haven't came yet.
It's so cool. People are getting to, just come in and let their guards down. And it's so funny because most people always come in and say, I can't paint. And at the end of the night, they have a beautiful painting to come with.
Right.
So I think that is so super. And I think for that, actually, if you think about it, it's almost the idea that we can do anything.
Right.
My style, I think, fits perfectly to having to do Afrobeat, paint, wine, and snack.
Yes, I agree.
Yes,
I agree,
because I call my work alphabet work. You know what I mean? It's like it's like, just do a W. Like right there now you got a C and a W.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? So
I wouldn't even seen that.
I know. So almost anybody at home could do a C,
what you do,
a W, or a U. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once you give them that idea, it breaks it down for them as to what you want them to do. And once they've been able to create the framework of their painting, they can just put any painting, any colors they want on it.
But what I love about you as an artist, you have some artists that's very sensitive about their work being recreated by others.
Okay.
But you don't have that. Like, you share what you do. Like the first time I saw your paintings, I was like, what? I was trying to figure out what it was, right? Yeah. And then I came to you and I said, Tim, what is that? Like, can you tell me? I think I know what it is, but tell me. And then when you started pointing out, well, this is the head and this is the body, and this is, the women dancing, and this is what it is. And watching you light up explaining it was amazing to me. But the fact that you share your art in a way and showing people how to even recreate your technique, because obviously we cannot reduplicate exactly what someone else does, but recreating like what you're doing in a sense of what they see in their own mind. And you don't have an issue of sharing that part, and that in itself is beautiful.
It's yes. I mean, I want them to feel the same joy I felt painting it. So
like,
so
I can see you dancing while you painting.
I can see me dancing while I'm painting as well.
Yes, because when I watch you online with the Afrobeat paint class, like, y'all be dancing and painting and having fun and all of that. Like, that's amazing.
But that's the way it is. I am glad and grateful that I have the platform to be able to showcase that. But that's the idea, and that's what the abstract is about as well, to where you don't have too much worries as to what you're doing.
Right.
Remember, I did say, the more you mess it up, the better it gets. So if you have that mindset, then you're not constrained to having to produce. You just flow. Right. And when you flow, to me, you do the best work. Right. I mean, when you're so tight about having to do it and make it look just exactly like what you're looking at, then that's when you're putting strain on yourself. But when you just flow with it, just enjoy doing it, I think it comes out beautifully.
Better.
And that's a message. That's a message out there.
Okay.
You know, yeah, just
awesome.
Come, relax, enjoy yourself, have fun. That's it. Yeah.
So you do the language class, you do Poetic Mondays, the drum class,
the Afrobeat.
The Afrobeat, you taking people to Ghana and Nigeria.
Yes. We do the art talk.
We do the art talk the last Saturday of the month.
Every last Saturday of the month. We've been doing that for like 8 years now.
Oh, wow. So explain to us what art talk is.
Art talk is referred to, most of my, what's it called? The title or stuff has a tagline to it.
Right.
So the tagline to art talk is conversation between like minds.
Yeah.
You know? And it's simply what you guys did on Saturday. Everybody comes in and you're able to just speak.
Right.
And whatever. Freely.
Yes.
You know, I've always said our best friends is the TV. You get them from work. You know, there's so many people that live alone. You get them from work. You put the TV on, and then that becomes your best friend.
Right.
But if you have anything on your heart and you really want to share it and you want to share it amongst people, you come in. The art talk has been so huge in the Orlando community. There's no other establishment that do it like we do. We have food provided. I mean, a full course meal. You have drinks, and it's all free. And then the vendors come in. We just started charging the vendors. Usually, many years was free for the vendors. We just started charging them. So what happens is you come, you eat, you relax, you see people, you get to meet the community. And if you can, you come in, you're able to speak, you know, on whatever it is that you might want to talk about.
Right.
And so it becomes more, you know how they say Mama's and Papa's store, we don't have them anymore?
Right. Yes. The mom and pop stores.
Mom and pop stores where whatever is heavy on your heart, you can go to a place to share.
Right.
But you can't go to Walmart and talk to someone out there that, okay, man, hey, this is what's happening. The boss is going to go like, yo, John, you know you're on the clock?
Yeah, what's going on? So Art Talk offers that.
Art Talk offers that.
Awesome. And then one more thing that you do that I really thoroughly enjoy as we wrap it up. You do a fashion show every year. And this year I had an opportunity to be a part of the fashion show. And it's not your ordinary fashion show.
Oh, no. It's a unique fashion show because I think the first one we did was the evolution of Nigerian fashion show. Right. Where we were able to just combine so many different outfits. And then in that show, we're able to bring about a wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the Nigerian wedding scene between, say, the Igbo family, which is a particular tribe in Nigeria, and the Yoruba family. All right. And then we're able to just recreate the wedding scene. Nigerian wedding scene is a big thing. There's so much funfair when it comes to the wedding. So we're able to recreate it while at the same time showcasing all this beautiful fashion. All right. We also have the annual Jollof rice competition.
Oh, yeah. I haven't had a chance to experience that yet.
Yeah,
so
I'm waiting. Almost on Saturday. Yeah, it's coming. Jollof rice competition is also something that we do. And I think we've done twice now. And these are prize-winning competition as well, too. Right. We're talking $1,000 to the one.
What?
I'm serious.
Are you serious? I'm okay. I need to come and just enjoy the food. That's it. And just,
And it's very good. And I think the idea is to build this healthy rivalry between these countries. Ghana and Nigeria are usually the ones that are head-to-head. Longer heads when it comes to jollof rice. But other countries like Mali, Senegal, and even America, all right, they've all come into battles as to who has the best jollof rice, and it's so much fun. I can't wait. November, I think we'll come up with the next one. Okay. Yes.
Well, thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Thank you.
So if anybody is interested in anything that Tim has shared, you want to come out and join us for Poetic Mondays, the art talk, the Afrobeat and paint, the language class, the drum class, if you're interested in going to Africa, any one of those things that you've heard, even being a part of the fashion show, because, he opens the door to whoever wants to participate for that. You can come see Bushman number 1 at 3 Mass, sharing Africa from within at 1023 West Colonial Drive, Orlando, Florida.